A lot of people hear underconsumption and immediately think never buying anything again. No, that is not what this is for me. This is about not replacing the things that already work and still work just because there's an upgrade available out there. We're talking about upgrading to luxury cars, upgrading to the latest iPhone, buying the newest makeup palette. Not because you ran out of the one that you have, but because there is a new one available. One day I just realized that it doesn't bring me joy. To look back at my expenses and realize that I've just been spending a ton of money on things that are really truly replaceable and they are not investments. I'm talking about clothing from fast fashion, for example, where it doesn't matter how many you buy because you're most likely gonna buy it again and again and again. When I buy a lot of fast fashion, it's because I have this mentality of quantity. I want more variation. I want to be able to have choices. But when you start thinking about your life as an investment overall, I think we start to think about duration and longevity. Like, how long is this gonna last? And I just want to focus more on that in 2026. So I don't think shopping is bad. I just want to underconsume and be more of a creator. I want to create things that help people feel amazing long term. For me, lately, the thought of spending money doesn't even excite me. In fact, it does the opposite. I'm stressed out. I don't want to spend any more money on things that are not gonna last me 5 years from now. Like, if I ask myself, how many of the things that I have today were things that I purchased like 5+ years ago, I think it's gonna be less than 10% of what I have. Which is a little bit sad because I could have put that money in the stock market. That money could have made me more money, but I spent it. But of course, yes, we haven't added the joy of buying it and the joy of wearing it and the joy of being seen in it. I understand that not everything is about money. But at the same time, I think maturing is also realizing that when you start making better choices, the future you is gonna thank you for it. And to be honest, at the end of every year, I'm still very surprised by how much I spend on things that are justifiable in the moment, but long term, I just know that this is not going to be adding any single thing to my life. These are liabilities. The clothing that I buy, it's not cashmere, it's not one of those ones that will last generation to generation. It's just a cute little top that I bought 5 of, and now I've spent $100 or $200. You know what I'm saying? I just want to paint the picture of why I'm talking about this, because I don't want you to feel uncomfortable at all. And I kind of also want to hear your thoughts on, like, are you thinking about consuming less, and why, or what has made you consider this? Or are you just like, YOLO, I'm just gonna keep living my life because life is short? No judgment either way. I feel like, as someone who was on the other side, the you only live once YOLO bucket, as I'm transitioning now into the underconsumption, intentionality, more awareness, saving your coins, I find myself just being a little bit more intentional. So instead of trying to ask myself and force myself to not shop at all, or to never spend money and underconsume and feel restricted, I decided to take a different approach, one that felt a little bit more liberating and fun. So I'm playing a little game with myself, which is, what if for the next quarter, so by the time you see this video, we're in 2026. So what if for this first quarter of 2026, I didn't buy anything outside of the necessities? You understand? Like, and I also ask myself, like, what if I traveled and I didn't bring any extra cash and I just brought the things that I'm gonna need? Am I saying that I'm not gonna be okay? Like, I'm talking about, like, the food is provided at this place that I'm traveling to. Anything safety related is provided. You also have water, you have food. Will I be so sad that I couldn't buy a new top in 3 months? It's just 3 months. At least that's what I'm saying to myself. I know it's harder. It's hard, right? Like, I mean, I feel like with all these shopping things, it's just on your phone. You just click add to cart, check out, it happens, right? And I want to try and answer it in real life. Like, I want to see what happens if I just decide not to spend any more on non-necessities for the first quarter of 2026. For the first quarter of 2026. And to me, this is not a punishment or a restriction or a constraint. I actually feel very free that I can choose not to spend. And I hope that I prove to myself that that choice is mine. And I don't just spend because the ads tell me to spend, and these companies just keep producing. And as a believer of Christ, I don't believe that I'm bound to anything because Christ has set me free. I'm being for real though, like I don't want to be bound to nothing. I want to be free. I want to have discipline in all areas of my life, and I want to choose to do things. I don't want it to be decided for me through the marketing and the ads. So what I'm not buying, it's gonna sound very simple, but a big one for me is skincare. I just tend to want to get the next skincare. I want my skin to be fresh. I want to fade the dark spots or whatever, and I'm not even consistent as much as I would love to. So I don't even see the results all of these products promise me, and then I go on and I buy more. So I'm not going to be doing more of that. I'm not going to be buying more skincare, even if it's better. And I'm also a little bit fortunate because some brands are going to send me stuff. So I should probably mention that. I do have that opportunity for brands to send me things. So I think that's also going to really help. But even when that was happening before, I would still buy, So that's not going to be the sole reason why I don't buy anything. It's going to be because I'm choosing not to. Another one is jewelry and clothes. I love variation. I just want to have options when it comes to dressing myself up at the start of the day or even in the middle of the day whenever I want to go out. Whenever I don't have variations of something, I start to feel like I'm not going to have what I need. This particular top needs this particular undergarment. Do I have that? I have this one, but there's this other one that has this small tiny change, but it's a game changer. It's really gonna change everything. So I tend to want all the little variations, but I'm not gonna be buying anything else. I'm not gonna be doing more variations. I'm just gonna use what I've got. Impulsive self-care. Having a bad day, you come home, you scroll, you see something cute, you click buy, you add to cart. I'm just not going to do that. I think I'm going to challenge myself to find other ways to be happier, and hopefully it's not by eating more, because eating is always a source of joy. I just want to make sure that, as I'm saying, I'm not going to be shopping more. I don't end up increasing my grocery bill, because technically grocery is a necessity, but I don't want to end up just overcompensating. You understand? Because one of my goals is actually to lose some weight next year and to keep building muscle. I've been building muscle for a while now, and I just want to lose some of the fat. So of course I'm still going to buy groceries. I'm still going to have the necessities. If something breaks in the house, we're not going to be we're not fixing it at all, especially if it's safety related. But of course, if it's something that is kind of optional and we could do without, that would go on the no buy list for the first quarter of 2026. And I would just like to also share that for me, underconsumption is not about deprivation. It's about protecting your money from those quiet leaks that you don't even know is happening until you look back and you realize that, wow, all this money has gone. And it's one of the best ways to just proactively make sure that you're meeting your financial goals by just not buying the things that you don't need, and not allowing the big companies or small companies or whoever is running those ads to determine how much you're going to spend in the different areas of your life. I really want to use up my products and see the bottom of the container. So if I truly do this underconsumption thing and I stick to it, these are going to be the signs that the underconsumption is working for me. The first thing is that I'm going to feel less anxious about my money, and I'm going to feel like I need to make fewer decisions in general. So fewer decisions about money, mostly automated processes for my savings, investments, and all of those things. And also, I think I'm going to feel more appreciation and gratitude for what I already own, because I'm going to have the opportunity to actually wear it and see what that feels like, and be able to appreciate the fact that I didn't just go out there and buy something else. And a little caveat here is that I did spend a good part of 2025 trying to figure out what works for me, what makes me feel comfortable. And I did make a few purchases here and there. So just going through this challenge, what I want to walk away with is knowing that you don't have, not just knowing in my brain, but knowing in my heart that I don't have to keep buying stuff and upgrading just because it's available. I want to feel immune to the idea of an upgrade. I want to be desensitized to this whole buy. What are some of the things that you're not going to be buying in 2026? What's on your list?